Flannel is a light to mid-weight, soft fabric ideal for crafts and casual garments. While a fairly easy fabric to use, this video will provide some tips so you can get the most out of it. Flannel is usually found in the same department as quilter's cotton, but it has a soft, low-pile texture to it. It most commonly comes in all cotton, but can also be a cotton blend or even wool. As a fabric, it's mostly used for craft projects like baby quilts, bibs, and other baby items, but it can also be used to make traditional flannel shirts and pajamas. Higher quality flannel will be thicker, may have textured softness on both the right and wrong sides, will hold up better to washing, and will be less likely to distort. One issue with flannel is that it can shrink a lot, even more than quilter's cotton, especially if it's lower quality. It's important to buy extra even if it's only a quarter yard to account for this. It's important to pre-wash before cutting this fabric. Wash in a delicate cycle to cut down on pilling, but use a higher water temp to get maximum shrinkage. Also dry on low. Another issue is this fabric tends to fray. Before pre-washing, consider either pinking the edges with pinking shears or finish with a zigzag or overcast type stitch. Once the pre-treating is done, don't forget to press it as it can wrinkle easily. When pressing, don't slide the iron across the fabric. Put it down, then lift and move to a new section to prevent distorting the fabric. When doing your pattern layout, you should follow the with nap layout, as flannel technically does have a nap. After you cut out your pieces, you again have to worry about fraying. You can either just finish all the raw edges of the pieces now by either pinking or overcasting the edges, or you can finish your edges as you sew your seams. Since flannel tends to be a little thicker than quilter's cotton, you may want to use a heavier needle like an 80-12 or a 90-14. Using universal needles is okay. For thread, you can use all-purpose thread. The stitch length should be a little longer, like 3 or 3.5. Flannel, for the most part, is easy to sew. You should have no problem sewing seams. It shouldn't travel or become uneven between layers, but you can always use a walking foot, especially if you're dealing with a lot of layers. Again, after doing a seam, you want to make sure to finish the raw edges because you don't want to worry about it fraying after you're done. The seams should be pressed open to cut down on bulk. Plaid flannel is popular, especially to make shirts. If you want to use plaid flannel, make sure to match the plaid design. Check out the description for our video on matching plaid. Because flannel has that soft texture, loose fibers can get into your machine while sewing, especially in the bobbin area. When you finish sewing your project, don't forget to do some light cleaning. We'll put a link in the description if you need help with this. Sewing flannel can be a real joy and produce some great looking crafts and garments. I highly recommend using it for some of your future projects. Our book, Professor Pincushion's Beginner Guide to Sewing, Garment Making for Nervous Newbies, is now available to order. Go to professorpincushion.com/books or click on the link in the description to see a list of vendors where you can purchase it.